Trump's immunity win also helps Biden distract from debate mess. Bloomberg. Donald Trump won a significant political and legal victory, with the Supreme Court's ruling that he has some immunity from criminal prosecution, but one that comes with upsides for his beleaguered opponent, President Joe Biden. The High Court's landmark decision virtually ends the prospects of Trump being tried for his plot to overturn his 2020 loss before the November election. It may have also limited the scope of special counsel Jack Smith's prosecution, if the case ever goes to trial, by ruling Trump cannot face charges over his official acts as president. But the justices also gave Biden temporary immunity, in a sense, from the onslaught he has faced over his catastrophic debate performance. The 6-3 ruling along ideological lines allows the president to change the subject, at least for now, and highlight the stakes for U.S. democracy of electing a convicted felon who may be virtually unaccountable to the federal courts if he breaks the law while in office. The most important takeaway, said Cornell University Law School professor Michael Dorf, is that there is no possibility of a trial before the election. Indeed, Trump hailed the court's decision as a big gulliland for our sans the Tustanon and DMO3RC in a post on his social media website. Trump remains a felon in the eyes of New York State, a fact Biden's campaign hammered home to voters. But the Supreme Court's opinion will only revive Trump's Teflon Don image due to his ability to survive scandals that would have ended other politicians' careers. Freaking insanity. That, however, can help reinforce the case Biden and his supporters have made against re-electing Trump, warning that he could use his powers to benefit himself and exact vengeance on his political opponents. Those assertions have been overshadowed after Biden's debate collapse, which raised questions about his ability to serve another 4 years in the White House and prompted calls for him to quit. It helps the Biden campaign make the argument, said Democratic strategist Maria Cardona. Essentially, what the court is saying is that the president can argue that he is acting within his official duties and he could get SEAL Team 6 to take out his political opponent. And that's freaking insanity. Those arguments won't solve all of Biden's problems. He has a serious hole to dig himself out of among voters who have increasing doubts about whether the 81-year-old can continue as commander-in-chief. A CBS News/YouGov poll taken after the debate found 72% of registered voters do not believe Biden has the mental and cognitive health to serve, up 7 percentage points from earlier in June. The timing of the court's ruling was just as consequential as the decision itself. Trump sought to delay his trial in the election interference case until after November. By taking up Trump's immunity challenge, debating it for months, and then issuing a ruling 4 months before Election Day, the court delivered the outcome the former president wanted. Lower courts will now have to decide the bounds of Trump's immunity as it relates to his efforts to reverse his defeat to Biden in 2020, a process that will almost certainly stretch beyond November. That means Trump can schedule a full slate of campaign rallies and fundraisers in an effort to seize on his advantage against Biden following last week's debate without worrying much about the courts getting in the way. Rallying cry. The immunity ruling raises the stakes for Trump's July 11 sentencing in the New York hush money case. Judge Dwan Merchant now stands to be the only judge to weigh criminal punishment against the presumptive Republican nominee as he campaigns to return to the White House. Trump faces as many as 4 years in prison for his convictions in the New York case. The most likely outcome is that any sentence, whether jail, probation, or another option, will be stayed pending the outcome of his appeal, which would push the resolution well beyond the election. Trump has turned his legal woes into a rallying cry, energizing supporters and amassing donations from those who have eagerly bought into his claims of political persecution. The former president's eldest son, Donald Trump Jr., called the ruling solid in a post on X, but also sought to keep up pressure over the indictments. I'm sure the corrupt prosecutors and D.C. judge will work overtime to continue their lawfare. It's all they have left, Trump Jr. said.